Thank you, Blessing, so much for joining me today. I'm really excited to have the chance to get to know you and funding societies. I am Urvashi. I'm the technical community champion at JumpCloud, and I'm just so excited to talk about funding societies, how you use JumpCloud, and the problems that you're trying to solve. So, if you can just give us a little bit of an introduction about funding societies, what the company does, and then a bit about you and your role at the company.
So hi, Vaji. Thank you for having me here. I'm really excited to join this session and share a little bit about us and also about the journey that I have with JumpCloud. Yeah. Um, Funding Society. Yeah. Let's start with my company background.
Mhm.
We support SME in starting of or the growing of their business by providing access to funding from individual as well as from the institutional investors. So our mission is to enable fast access to funds by bringing SME and investor together on our platform. So at the end of 2022, we acquired CutUp, and that was when we have further expanded our financial services beyond lending, because with the CutUp payment services to offer the unified financial experience for the SMEs across the region. Yeah, that was almost end of 2022. Yeah, now we are operating in Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam as well.
That's amazing. So you're connecting people who need funding and people who are available to provide funding. I think that's a huge gap that has existed in the market for so long, and it's really good to hear that, that you guys are solving that problem. Could you tell me a bit more about yourself and your work at funding societies?
So, I'm I'm working as IT and enterprise security manager in Funding Society. Currently, our teams covers three main areas: user support, endpoint, and security related, identity and access management as well. So we are also the policy owners for the others and owner for the most endpoint related, yeah, in the companies. And I have working experience for education sectors, e-commerce like Carousel, manufacturing, and other financial industry like Aviva. Right, I've worked for quite a number of industry as well.
So, having worked in finance and also being a company that handles a lot of numbers and sensitive financial information, there must be some really interesting security requirements that you have. So, could you tell us about that and maybe how JumpCloud helps you with it?
Sure. So I would say I work for as small as 6 people company, and as big as probably 1,000. Right. So
Hmm.
I would say along all the experience I have, some of the major issues that we try to solve are those no visibility for our exit, no centralized devices or control or any security administrations, and also the individual login for multiple applications, and most last but very important thing, no device hardenings, centralized things happening as well. Yeah, those are the, I would say, very fundamental requirements for, should be for all companies, but those are the challenges that I've been facing all along. Yeah.
That sounds really stressful.
Right. Then again, when you say how this the JumpCloud help all address all these the point that those essential points are very fundamental for all the companies. That, I mean, this really give us the visibility to the centralized management, right? So that give us the visibility of access, deployments, security administrations, right? Even with the users are really appreciating on the one password login, right? So like SSO kind of thing. So just one password and they can access to multiple company resources, right? Users are really appreciating. Yeah.
Yeah, we use JumpCloud internally also at JumpCloud, and I love having just one password. It's amazing. It just simplifies everything so much.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit more about your environment? How many users do you have? How many devices? What kinds of devices? How many countries you're in?
Right. So devices as of last week, it was about 600 and around 600 devices. Users are about there as well. Maybe users are like 600, sorry, 560 or 570 because some users might have two or three devices, multiple devices. So we are currently operating in five main cities: Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam. We are really expanding, but currently some of the country we don't have offices yet as well. Yeah.
Yes. Do you have any integrations that you're using with JumpCloud, like HRIS systems or productivity apps, things like that, that you've integrated to make things easier?
I would say whenever there is some more possible, whenever we implemented everything with JumpCloud, right? Because we totally rely on JumpCloud as our main AD, right? Even for the identity and access management. So yes, we do have our HR system, our email system. We're currently using Google Workspace, right? So all these are integrated when we create account on our HR system, you will create account on JumpCloud, and JumpCloud will create account on Google Workspace, right? So and so forth, endless automation that whenever it's possible, we are doing that with JumpCloud now. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so good to hear. It's so nice to have just one place to do everything and not have to worry about logging into 100 different apps just to set
Yeah,
up one user.
exactly. The best thing is everybody's worried about the offboarding, right? So like when you offboard from JumpCloud, all the access are removed from all other systems as well. This is the best part about the JumpCloud as well. Yeah.
I was actually just going to ask about that. So, what is the end user experience having set up everything on your end? What is their onboarding experience like? What is the offboarding experience like?
For the onboarding experience, initially, I would say when we introduce into JumpCloud or any other apps, on the first day they are quite overwhelmed, right? Information overloaded. But as I mentioned, they will really appreciate the one password to remember and handle this to access all other resources. So this is something that we always get feedback from users that they really appreciate this, right? So yeah, this has to be secure. It has to be really based on the cyber hygiene practice. It has to be this much long with these characters, but just one only, right? So one for everything. So they really appreciated that. On the offboarding experience, this is more to a company, I would say, benefit, right? So whenever we need to offboard a users, that is where we need to make sure every app owners, if you're multiple app owners handling, right? So this is where we can't rely on users alone, right? So this is where this automation with JumpCloud helps us a lot. So just disable the JumpCloud, your VPN will be down, your any others essential app will be down, right? So this is offboarding and onboarding experience has been really good for us as well with the JumpCloud. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's nice to just close one door and not have to go through like a checklist on a notebook and check off every little thing.
It's
That
really
sounds
awesome.
really good. What operating systems are your users using? Like, is it a split between Mac and Windows, or how is it?
Right. So we only allow users for Mac and Windows, but we do have Linux servers that we have also integrated with JumpCloud as well. So, but users wise, we only give them the Mac and Windows. We servers will be on the JumpCloud as well. We install JumpCloud for others purposes and integration as well.
Oh, we love hearing that. So you centralized all the different platforms that we support, and you've got everything in one place. That's really good to hear. So do you have any plans to add Android and iOS, BYOD devices or anything like that?
Yes, we would love to have that. Currently, we are utilizing the Google Workspace, the MDM features for mobile devices. But yes, we have planned to migrate it to JumpCloud. We are currently start testing it within our team members and some pilot testing group. Yeah, we do have plan to start using JumpCloud moving forward. Yeah.
That's awesome. From a more security perspective, are there any conditional access policies that you use? Any, security enforcements on the device in terms of not allowing admin access or anything like that?
Yes, this is the one of the features that we was longing to have right back then. Once the JumpCloud released that zero trust, we were like very eager to test. So currently, as of today, we are using it for mainly for our outsourced users, contractors, we and also even for the full timers. But of course, different level of condition that we give into the different type of users. But the basically we're using for the geographic limitation based on we only allow the users that we know from the locations are able to access to the resources. That is like very basic, but it is very effective, I always say. Yeah, because it's all the usually attack. This is really mitigating the attack surface. So it was really left to have these features. And we have plans to put more condition, something like OS level of filtering. For example, if there is a patch management happen. So the previous OS has some issue with the version, right? So we want to filter those version users not to be able to access. So we are planning for such additional as well. But we are actually currently using the other apps now. So our long-term plan is we will drop all other apps that we have now, and we will fully rely on the JumpCloud load. Yeah.
That is music to my ears, music to all of our ears, that we are able to, centralize the IT stack and just sort of put everything in one place. So you don't have to worry about like contracts and renewals and, things like that. You can just have everything in one place. So that's really good to hear. And it's interesting that you're using a location-based policy also for conditional access, because now with remote work, right, like you can say you're working in India, but if you're on holiday in Paris, you're not going to be able to access anything. So we love doing that. We love making remote work happen and making sure that you don't have to stress about your end users being somewhere that they shouldn't have to be.
Right. That's really great. Yeah.
That's really good to hear. In terms of the future, you did mention that you want to consolidate the IT stack a little bit more, but let's talk about a dream scenario. Like if you could have anything implemented by JumpCloud, what would it be for you? What would you want to see?
At high level, I would say I envision JumpCloud evolving into a comprehensive endpoint solution that is seamlessly integrate with others risk mitigation tool like DLP, EDR, right? So I do believe, given the JumpCloud existing customer base and capabilities, I believe that goal can be able to achieve, right? Then maybe the second one to reinforce on the first version, right, is going to be like JumpCloud can collaborate closely with the major cloud provider, say to implement a validity check. So it's something like this check will ensure that the only endpoint with JumpCloud agent install will be granted access to the resources, right? That's kind of that I really envision, and I think it's much possible with the JumpCloud. Yeah, that would be really awesome.
So your feature request would be for us to take over all security. Understood. I'm sure we can make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, with the current the pace that JumpCloud is going really fast, and I do feel that JumpCloud, like since when I start joining, the capability that we have, capability JumpCloud has, and what I was learning, right, and the company capacities, as we are growing, I feel like JumpCloud is really growing and listening to us all along, right? It feel like, we're really growing together, right? It's feel like really growing together because feature requests are really listening and always implemented, put in the roadmap, pipeline, everything. So I think it's really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the security is one of the top three things that JumpCloud is focused on for sure, if not the number one thing. So, I mean, hearing that that is a requirement for our customers is good. That means that we're already laying the foundation to be able to build on it. So that's really good validation for us. If somebody had to ask you about your experience with JumpCloud, should they try it out for themselves? If you had to recommend it, if you had to give any advice about it, what would you say?
Okay, so I would just say if you're looking for a comprehensive solution for your endpoint, right, and identity management, for your cross OS IT environment, I mean, you don't have to look further, right? Just this will be the right solution for you.
Awesome. Oh, that's so good to hear. Nice one line there. So in terms of we'll start wrapping it up now, but just in terms of the future of funding societies, as you said, we're growing together almost, and you did mention some of the endpoint security. Do you feel like um, we have, further opportunities to change the landscape entirely, like a much bigger picture, like change the landscape of technology in the work that Funding Society does and how JumpCloud can support it? I know this is a very dream scenario question, but just picking your brain here.
Right. I mean, this is where we are working closely with the account manager like Jeffrey as well, and we have a catch up with the Raj whenever he's visiting Singapore. So he always have a contact with our CTO as well. So I believe we are aligned on multiple topics as well. So I do believe that this is already in the pipeline, and then I would say we definitely going to be able to provide more information as how we are taking care of our environment now. So with that information, the JumpCloud teams and we'll be able to understand more from us, right? And then we'll be able to bid on that as well, right? That will be the whole game changer for the for us. Even I would also say that it will be more than 70% will be definitely in the same financial sectors, right? Because compliant, right? Everything about compliance. So this is where I can say that the not just us, right? If we also benefit for other industry, especially for the financial industry sector as well. Yes.
Yeah, I think compliance is something that we are looking at. And so having more granular information about the devices, about the networks, and ensuring that we're meeting multiple, different countries have their different standards and protocols. So I think that would be huge. And as you said, if there's open communication going back and forth, then looks like we're on the right track.
Yes, we are.
Thank you so much, Blessing, for taking the time to do this. We love highlighting how our customers are using JumpCloud to, solve their problems, like making work happen, making it happen securely. These are all really important things to us. So hearing how it's being implemented across the world, across different sectors and industries is great for us. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. And we will hear back from you soon, I'm sure.
Thank you so much for having me as well, Vachi. Yeah.